Oh, opposite like that.
Ooh, and I have a nice pink
Oh
pen.
my God.
So where can we see your videos?
I'm gonna launch them,
Okay.
and then I'll send them to you guys first.
Okay.
Because it would be fun if you all took the, you've gotten some of it, my 3 Minutes to Thrive, but I'm recording it over. I'm even making it better. It's just so, I mean, it's so much fun.
Did you get tan or sunburn or something? You look different.
I've been doing acupressure facelift,
Oh.
and it's changing my face. I think, but like it has to go bad before it goes. It's not bad.
No,
it's just
good.
different.
You look
It's really good, right?
It just looks like you got, I
Yeah.
don't know, you look rejuvenated,
But
refreshed,
so
but maybe.
all the bags under my eyes are going away. Any dark circles are going away. The wrinkles up here are like half. I looked at my before picture.
Oh.
You guys are going to be the recipient of my acupressure facelift. Thank
Can we
you,
put this
Laura.
over here?
Oh, I was just going to put it here because I was going to show it.
Oh, okay, because it was all over.
I know, it was a mess. It's spilled. And Tiffany's sick tonight, so
Oh.
I know. So I'm so happy you're all here. And it's so fun because we're a small group. So I'm just gonna get in here and get Christelle on the phone. It wasn't doing it. Okay.
I had guests over and I left.
Good for you. So that's a big, I mean, that's a huge big deal. It really is.
A commitment.
You know, so many people, especially that it's summer, I've had so many people like canceling their self-care, and you can't.
Yeah.
It never stops. I mean, it's so good. And unless they're people like from, India.
They are.
Oh, but are they gonna be here for a while?
Well, they're my neighbor's parents, and we happen to be the same age. They were trying to call us uncle and auntie. We're like, I don't think we're old enough, and we're old enough. So they were over. They were a little bit late, but I had already told them to have somewhere to go. And I almost came close to saying, Catherine, I might not be able to come. And I said, you know what? No, this is a commitment to you, because I already said. And last time I ended up not coming also. I was like, no, commitment to Catherine and to me.
Right, it's a commitment to you.
Yeah.
It's about your own self-care. And, I have a commitment in the morning to go to yoga. Or either go to yoga or walk with one of my girlfriends or by myself. I never break that commitment because it's so important to stay with your self-care. Plus then you just don't get burnt out and you don't get depleted, you don't splat,
Yeah.
It's your commitment to you to stay on top of your game. And I don't know why this isn't launching, so we'll go ahead. It's 7:04. Christelle's probably on there. So we'll get started and I'll play with it in a minute, okay? So welcome, welcome, welcome. It is such a joy.
Did you turn that on?
Yeah, let me just make sure, because that wouldn't be good if, thank you, Laura. Now I've got OCD. Yes, it is on. Thank you. I don't have my helper, right?
Right.
So tonight we're going to talk a little bit, we're going to talk about several things. We're going to learn my favorite drink for digestion. And do you guys know the reason why it's so important to have great gut health? Any guesses?
So you get all the minerals and nutrients of your food.
So you get all the minerals and nutrients of your food. Yeah, that, and there's more.
It helps you remove your waste.
It helps you remove your waste, yeah. Because if it just sits there,
You
it's
get diseases.
totally get diseases. Any
Controls
ideas?
your immune system.
Immune system. All of these are right. And your gut is your second brain. You probably know that. Your gut, Hippocrates, does anyone know Hippocrates? He's the father of medicine, and he said, your gut, all dis-ease starts in the gut. So if all dis-ease starts in the gut, we gotta take care of our guts. It's so big to really take care of your gut. And when you take care of your gut, the rest of your body feels fabulous. It all starts in the gut. So tonight we're gonna learn about a drink for gut health. And I want all of you to go on a challenge with me. Because I just started it a week ago.
Yes.
I want to do a 30-day challenge to improve our digestion.
Okay.
All right,
You game?
cool.
I need a challenge to
Yeah.
do this. I don't do it on my own.
Right.
Awesome. And maybe, I don't know, how do you think, like, maybe once a week when you've done like 7 days, because it's a 30-day challenge, but it's so easy, okay? And once you've done 7 days, do you think like to let everybody know on GroupMe or something like that would be good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, you know, I mean, you could check in every day if you want.
Good.
but-
I
Yeah.
think that would
Just
be
need
better.
to keep myself
Okay.
accountable here.
Because the challenge with GroupMe is that everybody was like, we don't want to get all those pings. Does, you can
Oh,
turn your
mine
phone
is
off.
off. Yeah, mine is
Yeah.
off. I have
Okay.
to check it.
Good, okay,
Yeah.
I
perfect.
have to remember to.
Good, good, good. So we just check in on GroupMe every day. So we'll talk about the challenge. And what I know is fear keeps us stuck. This and love are my favorite 2 sessions. You would think my favorite sessions are vegetables. Well, you would think so, right? I give you a lot of vegetables. And my favorite sessions are fear and love. Because when we release our fears and we go to love, life takes over. So this is something that some of you have done already, but it's always a good refresher, and I've added some things, so it's really fun. And if you think you don't have any fears, you can just leave right now. I'm kidding. We all have fears, right?
Yes.
Fears are totally plaguing us. And then there's a second part of my challenge. So we'll talk about that at the end of the session. And I have no idea why this isn't coming on. It says launching. Can you be my keeper and just
Do you want to
go?
reboot and try again?
Oh, that's a good idea, huh?
Not my
Zoom,
phone.
right? Yeah, just
Yeah.
turn it off,
I'll turn.
get out and
You
get in again.
just turn Zoom off or turn
Yeah.
my whole computer off?
Well, I will try Zoom first, if that
Zoom,
doesn't
yeah.
work, then we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting out of all my tabs. Has anybody been doing central channel breathing?
No.
I have.
How's it working for you?
It's good. I do it only when I think,
Of it?
yeah.
Well, you know, she's coming in October. She's gonna be
Oh,
here for a
that's
day and she's gonna go over all the basics.
Oh, wow.
I just can't believe how much better I feel since I've been doing all of her codes. And I haven't even given you guys, like, I've given you guys this much of her stuff.
She's coming to San Francisco?
She's coming to Emeryville, so she's gonna be local. It's $97 and it's on the 8th of November, or October, I'm sorry.
Mm.
I just love her. I'm like, things show up for me now that I can't believe are part of my life. Magic stuff. And
Right.
if people are nicer to me, I just think it's really incredible what's happening.
October 8th.
Uh-huh. My husband, I can send you guys the link if you want.
Yeah.
We could
Is
go
there a group
through-
discount if we all go together?
Good question. I don't know. I'll write him and ask. I think that would be really fun.
Yeah.
And we get a discount.
Mhm.
I'm already signed up, but
And do like a class
yeah.
trip?
It's a field trip, right?
Sure.
Okay, so Laura, can you just watch this and see if you can get, and if it doesn't launch in a minute, then, my phone's over here. You can call, what did she say?
You just closed
Oh,
all your
she's on hold.
browsers so far?
Yeah, I closed all my browsers. We're having technical difficulty. We're having trouble launching, and we'll let you know once it's up.
Are you
Period.
connected?
Sorry. Yeah, just,
Internet's
I
connected?
think so, I just checked it. Just
There's
check
a
the
little-
little thing right there. You just click on it and it'll tell you.
This is really good. The-
Good, and there's more
Which one?
dressing.
This little square?
Yeah.
It says no, no, no.
This is fantastic.
Connected. That is so weird. So let me tell you what you're eating.
Yeah.
So you are eating, these are
It's beautiful.
lentil burgers. And I made you all a video for how to make them. So they're, and you can see them, they're behind you.
Mm-hmm.
But the secret is, I made them in my food processor. I don't know if you all have food processors, but you could mash them. but it made it, I did them in about, I prepped them in about 15 minutes, maybe less. And I used canned lentils that were organic and BPA free. You can make them, but why?
I had no idea they came in cans.
Yeah, the Whole Foods, you can't do, the 365 brand doesn't make them. But the one thing that's nice about making them yourself, sometimes some of us have digestive problems with beans.
Yes.
And you can put kombu, K-O-M-B-U, in the beans, and lentils cook so
I
quick.
do.
So it's worth it. So this is my secret weapon for, these I got at Home Goods, and they were like $3 for 2. But on the parchment paper, you use these little egg things, and then they stay together. But I pulled them off, and I could have left them on and just baked them if I wanted them whole and solid. But I took them off, and they just kind of melted, and they got on parchment paper. Really easy. So and without any oil or anything. So a lot less calories. According to my FitPal, they are about 100 calories per big thing, and they're super filling. So there's a little bit of oatmeal in them, but you could omit the oatmeal. It's just works as a great binder, but I didn't put any eggs or anything in them. And you have the recipes. Yeah.
So you said 365 was the best one that you have found?
That
The brand?
no, they don't have it. There's
Oh.
only one brand at Whole Foods, and
Oh,
they're on
okay.
the bottom shelf.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
so
That's
you'll be able to find them. So the other thing you're eating, I just decided, you know me, I doctor it all up, right? So I put bell pepper, cilantro, but the orange stuff, these are butternut squash.
Yeah.
But butternut squash is a hassle, right? So, I mean, has anyone made butternut squash?
I know, yeah.
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 You have to chop it, and when I do make butternut squash from scratch, I always bake it before I cut it, because it's so hard. But why not? It's already cut, it's organic, non-processed. I think this whole bag was $2.98. The only thing I don't like about this is it's plastic, so not great for the environment. But I'm sure Safeway has organic butternut squash. Just, faster, the easier, the better, right?
Yeah.
Especially when we get, and I didn't bake it, but you could have. I wanted my oven for something else, so I just fried it on the stove, and then I added cumin and I added lemon juice. After it was done, I squeezed
The
it.
flavor is.
Isn't it good?
fantastic.
So I'm sorry, Catherine, are those pre-cooked? Is that
No,
what you said? Oh, okay.
I don't think so, but they're
Is it
frozen.
pre-cut?
What?
Pre-cut?
Yeah, pre-cut. And so when they're frozen, they get a little mushy.
Yeah.
And so it's like them being pre-cooked, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then all of you have probably tasted the avocado probiotic eggs, but Seema had a recipe last night for probiotic, for egg
salad.
Egg salad. And I think this one is so much better for you. And I eat this for breakfast a lot, and it
Oh, here.
comes together really quickly. Did it work?
I don't know, but it changed.
Okay.
You have this.
Oh,
It just came up right now.
okay.
Oh. Catherine, what
I
do
don't know what's going on, so maybe if we relaunch
do you
it.
want to try, do you have the app on your phone?
Oh, I don't.
You don't?
Uh-uh.
Oh.
Okay.
Because otherwise you can connect through your phone.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so shoot,
This is really good.
isn't it really good? Yeah, it's really, really good. I'm
It's
amazed.
my lunch tomorrow.
I have the app on
This is
my
separate
phone.
from-
Oh, could we use yours?
We could, but you have to.
Could we
connect
log in
it.
here to your Zoom and do
I
a
don't
meeting
know how
from
that
here?
happens.
I think it may be the Zoom itself. Not-
Oh, maybe, but
Let me see if I
if
can
we could do
connect.
it on the phone, that would work out really well. So check it out, and I'll just keep talking. So, did everyone kind of bring a list of your fears, whether you have it in your head or just if you wrote it down?
So I've had time, surprisingly, because I think the fears that I had, I've overcome them or in the process. I couldn't think of anything else.
Okay. it's time to witness your fears, because we all have more.
I'm sure.
And so, we'll do an exercise tonight, so that's okay. And do you know in your head, or do you have your ideal body and your ideal life vision? Great. So let's just go around and share. Last week we learned, or the last 2 weeks, we learned the heart coherence breath. And then we learned to generate loving presence with a meditation. And just say what you did for either one of those, or what you did to love up the liver, or if you did the liver anger handout, and how it worked for you, or something else that was fantastic, one of your successes that worked for you last week. So who wants to start? I'm looking over there.
I missed the whole
Okay.
thing, because
That's all right.
I was looking for the fear one, but I only have the 5 things I'm angry or frustrated with. Did we have that one last week as well?
What? No, it was on the recap. But that's okay. I know. There's a lot. There's a lot.
I'm actually, I'm a little scatterbrained. This is kind of a side note, but I've been working somebody else's schedule, so I've been
Yeah.
working 8 hours a day, which is, I know that doesn't sound like much, but
I know,
when you're
yeah.
not used to working.
It's a lot, yeah.
It's
It
a
is
lot.
a lot. It is a lot. Yeah.
And that was like for 10 days straight.
I'm just
so.
going to bring her in on my free conference call number.
Yeah, because I'm
Yeah.
not able to join as you. I
Okay,
didn't
so
join
maybe
as
Zoom's
me.
down. I'm just going to do free conference call.
Okay.
Because we're recording here.
Can't
so.
you just ask her to call you on your
Oh,
phone?
yeah. I'm just going to send this to her. Oh,
That might be better.
thank you. She's the only one. Thank you, Esmita. That's why you're in HR. The only thing with free conference calls, you can record it, but we don't need it.
You can see recording here.
Yeah. You're
Call me. We can't get Zoom to work. It must be down. Period. Thanks. Brilliant.
Where does Christelle live?
In Danville.
In
She just is really, she has health challenges, so it's hard for her to go out at night. Yeah. There we go. Answer the phone when she calls.
I think she was in a nervous
Just
state.
forget about this.
Now I can see you better.
Yes, exactly. Technical difficulties, right? All right. So,
I haven't done much with
Okay.
last week because I was on vacation the
Hello,
whole.
Christelle?
nice.
Hi, it's Christelle.
Hi.
Hi
Okay.
there. Zoom didn't work, so you're on my speakerphone. So,
Okay, I'm sorry about the trouble.
hey, it happens, and we're lucky because you're the only one, so it's perfect, right?
That's easy.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is perfect. Yeah.
So we're just sharing what the things that we did that were really great, or what you did with your play work last week. And Asmita, you were on vacation, so tell us where you went, and tell us a little bit about what you did traveling. What was really good and healthy while you were traveling?
So I went to see my cousin in Chicago, and then I went to drop my daughter off on the East Coast for a summer program, and I came back on Sunday. I think I did the central channel breathing because the travel is a little stressful to me, so it did help. But one of my questions was, before I left, my mother-in-law was a little ill, so I was stewing in a lot of those thoughts, but I had no control over what I could do, but then I was worried, and it just didn't like being there. So I was going to ask you, what are the strategies you have to overcome these situations when your thoughts start to consume you and you can't do anything about them? There's no point in even
Like when your
being
thoughts
there.
are just, yeah.
They're just churning, and it just makes you feel worse and worse, and it's not something you can do anything about.
Because you have no control. You can't do anything about it,
Yeah.
and the thoughts are just running, and you just want to calm your brain.
Mhm.
So my favorite, well, I have several, of course, but holding here, acupressure point,
Yeah.
meditate. I just go in a quiet room for even just 5 minutes, and I just meditate. And then the exercise we're going to do tonight, So the ego takes over, and we're gonna laugh at our ego's mad ideas because you have no control. She's not feeling good. There's really nothing you can do.
Yeah.
And if you get out of your brain, you can probably help her a lot better, right?
Probably.
I mean,
Yeah.
with thought, with prayer, with going to the store and getting her whatever she needs. But if you're level-headed, you can probably help her a lot more.
Yeah.
And breath exercises. I just
I
getting
do those.
breath exercises, and then I do a lot of clearing. I just kind of clear I clear their energy. So basically, all I do to clear is I just move my hands and breathe, because you're breaking the space of their aura. We have an aura that's around us, and it's about 10 inches. You know, like if you get too close to someone, it feels weird, especially with someone you like, you're like, oh, honey. And when you're too close, it just feels awkward. You just want to get away. It's 10 inches. It's a field of energy that we have around us. And if you can break that, then you can get thoughts of her out of your brain. But my favorite exercise to get the bad thoughts out of my brain is to repeat the word love in meditation. Sit and breathe and say love, 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 like for about 5 minutes, and feel the love in the heart coherence breath, because when you fill your body with love, you can't be in that negative state. So are any of those helpful? When are you going to try it?
I actually today morning finally did tapping.
You did tapping? Yes!
Because it was just overwhelming and consuming me. And I've been through a phase where picking up the phone and talking to somebody was always like a negative thing. So I don't call them enough to find out how she's doing. Then I start feeling guilty. But I don't want to talk to them because I'm worried that it's going to be worse than what it
Right.
was. So it's like a vicious cycle, and I couldn't get out of it.
Ooh, and that's a fear. Because you don't want to call them.
It is.
Yeah,
Because
and-
I'm worried that it's going to be worse than before. It usually isn't, but I think I've gone trained to think that it's always worse than before.
Yeah. What if you saw it differently? What if you reframed it
And
and saw it differently? What if you, before you got on the phone, you pictured yourself hearing them say, wow, she's improved. Now, it might not happen, but it gets you out of that monkey brain. And then I love to just do I just say, I love me. I love me. I just get in that. And let's all do this right now. Most of you know this, but it's my favorite exercise to really get me grounded. And also, it's something I do every single day to improve my health. It's just the central channel breathing, holding your heart and right below your belly button. So Christelle, all we're doing is holding right between our heart and right below our belly button, and we're breathing.
So on your heart or like in between?
In between your breaths.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
So just breathe, breathe, breathe. Get grounded, centered. Feel yourself kind of land in your body. Because we've been running around. Feel yourself land in your body. Feel yourself land in your body. Take 2 more deep breaths. Really breathing down that central channel. And then move your hands. One hand goes to the very back of your neck, at the top of your neck, down at the base of your skull. The second one goes right between your eyebrows. And imagine your breath going back and forth between those 2 points. What these points are, the one in the back is governing vessel 17, and it controls your whole back, all the way down the center of your back, your organs, your glands, and the front little space you're holding in between your eyebrows. It is the pituitary gland, the hypothalamus. All of your hormonal glands are controlled by your third eye. It's your wisdom center, your intuitive center. So just move back and forth. You're healing yourself. And then let your hands come out, shake them off. And then make fists. And we're just going to give you a lot of energy by rubbing your kidneys. Right in the back of your back, low back, rub, 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 rub. We're going to do this for about 10 more seconds. And shake it off. And just feel into your body. Close your eyes and feel into your body. Where you're able to ground, where some of those thoughts, like be able to just lift off of your body. It just snaps you out of it. Great job. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. And I love that you did tapping. I don't teach you guys tapping very much anymore because nobody was doing it. Mm-hmm. So I want to teach you things that are useful. So I kind of changed the curriculum up a little bit.
No, this one is useful to me. The one that we did just now.
Okay.
Because I used to do it before, and it is useful.
And it's quick.
It's quick.
You can do
And
it
it's
even on the
easier.
toilet or at a stoplight.
I love this.
I know. I just energize. And
That's
this,
definitely one I've taken on for
the
sure.
one rubbing your back, it can totally energize your thyroid. Just let me ask Christelle. Christelle, can you hear us okay?
I can, thank you for
Okay,
asking.
great. Maybe in the future, we'll run the phone and the Zoom, you know, just because more and more people are going to start coming in. We started advertising, but it's going to be mostly online. So you're my wonderful ladies that get to come in person and actually eat the food and do all that, because I love having, what did someone call it the other day? It's bi-level. We have this, and then we have people on the internet, and that way we can get more people. But you're the veterans, so you know more, and so you're going to be able to help other people. It's going to be really fun. I'm excited about it. I don't know if it'll happen right away, but we have some people that are interested. So, and they might come in person, but a lot of them won't. So we're going to do the 2 challenges. We're going to do a fear exercise. So thank you for sharing. And was it a great vacation? Did you do any picturing or visualizing to make it even better?
No, I have trouble visualizing.
Okay.
I do.
You know-
But it's again the fear.
It's the fear.
It is the fear.
So often it's a feeling too. And even if it's visualizing good things, often, especially when we've had trauma, like your husband dying, what happens is you don't want to visualize good because you
You're
don't want to be
scared too.
disappointed.
Yeah.
You're scared too. So
Yeah.
we're going to get rid of some fears today. So, yeah. Seema, you want to share?
I totally forgot about the breathing. But I've been watching what I'm eating and trying to be a little careful, but this weekend we went to LA and just let it go.
Let it go. So let me ask about that, because this is a big one. So you're doing good, you're doing good, you're doing good, you're doing good. And then what's your definition of letting it go?
Well, I had some sweet stuff, had some junk food, but during the day, I always ate healthy first. Like I had my cherries, I took all of my food, I cut up cucumbers and everything for along the way. But then my husband's not always with the program, right? Then he says half the fun of traveling is to stop and eat. So I was like, yeah, that's true. So, you know, I had a cinnamon, had some French fries, but those kind of things. It wasn't
Okay.
like I'm just pigged out. We went out, we had Chinese, but that was also to be careful of, so. Just if I had those kind of things, I'd make sure on the other meals I would be a lot healthier.
Okay, so you did really well. You had the Cinnabon, you had, some French fries, but you didn't do what you would have done in the past, right?
No.
So I have a suggestion. You can give yourself a bite ratio. You could have 3 bites of a Cinnabon. You could have, and then maybe ask one of your family members to share it.
I did.
Oh,
I
good.
shared it with my husband.
Oh, perfect.
I took the other one home for the kids.
Yeah.
I shared, yeah.
Because, it's not about, I used to be so much more rigid, as you guys know, but it's about, and I don't think we should find joy in our food. I disagree with your husband. I don't think that's where we need to be finding our joy, our pleasure. And because our joy and pleasure is in feeling good. And if we're eating crap, we're not feeling good. But you know, it's a concept, and you want to be with them, you want to be a part of them. So what if you were just to take 3 bites and really chew them, chew them, chew them, chew them?
Yeah.
Would that have been better, or?
I think that's what I did.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't eat the whole thing. It can be shared, and I ate less than what he.
So it's funny, you said, oh, we just blew out. Well, you didn't, so congratulations.
Yes.
And by the way, you're looking really good. And what I noticed is your hair
Mm.
is thicker.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
So, I know. So, the other thing I'm going to suggest to you guys tonight, I didn't bring the stuff for it because it didn't come, but has anyone done castor oil packs?
You showed them to us
Yeah.
last time,
Okay.
I think.
I did
I
research them.
Love castor oil packs, and there's a new product that I just found that I'm going to share with you guys, but the thing didn't come. So, anyway, it's an apparatus where it's plastic on the outside and it's flannel on the inside, and you tie it on, so you don't have to deal with that mess of castor oil. And it comes with a bottle of castor oil that's glass, because my beef with castor oil is they're all plastic glass bottle all night, and you can use it over and over and over. So there's no waste. You just roll it up and you use it the next day, and you tie this thing on overnight, and it's detoxifying your liver and your stomach. And so I'll get that for you, because I highly recommend it, and that may be part of the challenge if you guys choose to accept it. So you can choose all, part, none of the challenge, but I want you to do the challenge.
I like that.
You can decide how you're going to do it.
Yeah.
You're going to do it.
I know, exactly. You'll be really happy if you do it, right?
Right?
Yes. So, Christelle or Laura, who wants to share?
Christelle, do you want to go?
You can go ahead if you want to.
Okay, I'll be short because I'm doing the breathing, the channel breathing. I'm doing my little thing again. I'm consistent with that.
She's pointing to the top of her lip,
Yeah,
by the
the
way.
acupuncture lip.
Yeah.
And I do the back rub here, which is fabulous. I've been working, I worked all last week, and I think even like a little bit of the week after. So today is actually my first day off in a long time. And I've been working full time, which is very rare because I never do that. But
And
so
she works with children, preschoolers.
yeah.
You're a saint.
And so, so I have been packing my food to, go to the school with me. I've been doing very, very well with my food. And when I get home, I don't, as you guys can always see that I never eat because I always eat very early and then I'm done for the night. So even when I get home at 5:30, I'm pretty good. I don't eat anything. As with you, I have my little moments of Cinnabon. I didn't have Cinnabon, but I do have those little moments, and I kind of do what you say. It's just a little bit is just to get that, take the edge off, and I've been really good with that. So I've been quite busy. My fear, I don't know, I just don't know what my fear is.
Okay.
Because, I have, I don't know, just natural fears, I guess,
Like
being left alone or, losing my family or something like that. But I just, I really couldn't think of
yeah, and
like a fear at this very moment,
we ignore our fears. We totally ignore our fears. Our fears become secondary. They come back in the past, but they came back up for me because I wanted to move forward with this program.
Mhm.
They came up for me big time. My throat started closing when I started doing videos, and I had to do something. So I started using these practices again. So if you say to yourself, if you don't think you have any fears, say to yourself, I'm willing to witness my fears. And you say that over and over, and they'll start coming out.
Well,
Then you
I
can
do
tell.
have a lot of fears,
Mhm.
but I mean, they're almost like natural fears, right? My son goes to college, and you worry about him. That's a fear, or
Those are fears. And those
my
are real.
husband dying, or
Yeah.
do respectful, do both,
Right.
but I just have that kind of.
But not something
Fear,
you think
but
about
I-
all the time.
No, I don't think about that kind of
Mhm.
stuff all the. Nothing holds like I do. That's a great That's a great point, because I don't have a fear that stops me from doing something.
Yeah, you might be surprised. So we'll get into the exercise tonight.
Okay.
And we'll see what your opinion is, and maybe it just doesn't. And if fears keep us stuck. So maybe it's something small right now, and the fears like about your kid, about your husband, those can be subtle fears,
Yeah.
and they live in our tissues.
Yeah, I
And
agree
so
with that.
it's really good to release your fears. So do it around those things. What were you gonna say, Seema?
Like, we've been working really hard on all of these things.
Right.
So you're saying you never come out of it. You might move on with the fears. There's always going to be something. It's not
I
a
think
point
it's
where
less
you're
and
like,
less.
good, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I think as natural humans, our job is to continue to move forward, to continue to, our souls need to continue to improve. And in order to actually improve your soul and raise your vibration to a higher frequency, you have to get over your fears. So maybe there's not, maybe there's something there, maybe there's not.
I mean, I'm sure there's something always to take you to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it gets easier. Maybe we're just better at addressing them.
Yeah, and that's very possible. I thought all my fears were gone. I thought I had no fears. And then I was working to get out of my comfort zone. And I started into menopause at the same time. And everything shut down. So, I mean, it was a double whammy. But my fear or my limiting belief is that I always have to work super, super duper hard to get anything done, to achieve. And I've always been a high achiever, and my body was just going, change this belief, change this belief. So I had to do a whole lot of work, including the fear exercises that we're going to do tonight, to move forward, because I had to change the thought that I had to work hard to make things happen. I mean, I do, and I don't. I needed to play. That's why my number one self-care is first thing when I get up in the morning, I'm either at yoga or I'm walking.
Yeah.
Because if I don't, I'm not taking care of me. Yeah, especially this last week, trying to do the new videos. I just did a self-love program, and if any of you want it, you can have it. But it's 4 consecutive weeks on how to love yourself more, lots of exercises with it. And those first few videos, they were just hard. My throat closed up. Like, what's going on? This has never happened to me. And it was all my fears. So, sometimes when you try and move, something might come up for you. But you don't have to have anything. You can write some basic ones, and you can start saying to yourself, I'm willing to witness my fears so I can move forward and grow even bigger, larger. And maybe you're just in your comfort zone.
No, I think I've just
You can
overcome
have-
the biggest one,
That's
was
fabulous.
to have people enroll my workshops. So I just started compiling a new book, my second book.
Nice.
So I'm compiling that, where I'm asking other authors to join me.
Beautiful.
So I was like, I always had issues selling and inviting people to enroll. This one was really easy.
Nice.
So people are just joining and finding out, they're looking in. There are a couple of people that said no, but they said no. But the ones who were really interested, one call, 1 or 2 questions, and they signed up right away, and everyone wants to do full pay. Although I have a payment plan, no one wants to do the payment plan,
Really?
except for one person. And I'm like,
Well, you're manifesting, baby. It's really good. It's really,
That was
really
the
good.
biggest thing for me.
Yeah,
It's like,
awesome. Christelle, you want to share?
Sure. So again, it's just kind of checking in with the tools that we used and the fears that came up. Okay, well, for me, it's kind of, I think, Catherine, I'm in a fear a lot, and I've talked about that before. I think what I'm noticing about the fear is that I feel it, and I think I've said this before, but I feel it in my body first before I can even attach a thought or language to it. And
Always.
I don't know, that almost is more painful in a way, because I really need help with some kind of clearing, grounding exercises, because my stomach starts, like my heart goes to my stomach starts flipping, and it's so hard for me to get that to stop. And so the tools that I used this week, where I listened to the short meditation, I've been resisting good thing I guess I can say about that is that it means my mind-body connection is healing, because there used to be a time when I wouldn't even be aware of what was going on in my body. I wouldn't know that my stomach was slipping. So at least I'm more in tune with what's going on.
That's fabulous.
Yeah, but just like a real quick thing, like I had something happen this morning that my stomach is still flipping over.
Mm-hmm.
And I've already taken a bath. I mean, I've already done the breath work. I've done grounding exercises that I know to do. I mean, I've prayed all day long, and it's still flipping. And so that's like the agonizing fear that I don't know how to remove.
Well, and it takes time. These fears have been with us forever, probably since we were little kids. We might have come into this planet with them. So I think it's patience. It's like we want everything to disappear. We want it to be Pop-Tart. And, it just isn't. And so you're so on the right path. I wish I had a magic wand and I could say, poof, here go, bye-bye fears, but these are embodied. That's why Sue Morter's energy codes work so well, and the tapping works so well, because you're embodying those thoughts. So keep with the heart, coherence, breath, and all of her. She has something in the link that I sent. It's called the Mortar March, and it has been phenomenal to really clear my things. And I sent that last week in the recap. And the Mortar March, doing the Mortar March has really released a whole lot of stuff that I wasn't even aware of. So you might try that as well. Just keep playing with her stuff. And then the castor oil packs, I know you're ingesting the castor oil, but sometimes I see a lot better results with topical, especially for digestive problems. So,
Probably because it's
just right there, exactly. And not, all of my documents, I've changed them now, but they used to say 20 minutes with the castor oil packs. I'm such a believer of overnight. There's just everything I'm watching. And I started using my own stuff. I don't have the apparatus yet, but I started doing it overnight with my heating pack, and it's been so hot, so I had to take it off. But this might be TMI, so I apologize, but probably not for you guys. My poop started stinking really bad. I was eating all the same stuff. I'm sure it was just, I was detoxifying. So I'll get you the link, and I'll get you the videos of the whole reasons why castor oil packs are so good. So the first challenge, thank you everyone for sharing. So our the first challenge is to drink a tablespoon of olive oil and half of the juice of a lemon every single morning before you get out the door, like before you've eaten anything, 15 minutes before you've eaten anything. And if that's impossible, some of us have really busy schedules, and I know you're doing the celery juice, so you can do it right before you go to bed, as long as you haven't eaten for 2 hours. So I started this challenge, I heard about it, and we talked about it in some of the last sessions, but I never really did it. Priyanka was doing it, she raved about it, but I was like, yeah, my digestion's good. So I started doing it, because I was having some neck pains. They went away. My digestion, I time it, because I eat like pumpkin seeds and stuff, and it went from about 20 hours of transit time down to about 12. Things were just flying through me. Your skin gets better, but this is a really cool one, that this the lemon and olive oil, stubborn belly fat, it makes it go away. So
Why olive oil?
Why the olive oil? Because it's so loaded with monosaturated fats, so it gets into your cells and it clears out the toxins. And the lemon gives you vitamin C, so it's a good antioxidant. So the combination, because toxins hang out in fats. So any muffin top, it's supposed to. I haven't seen it yet, but my stomach's pretty flat. It helps prevent premature aging, because you're getting the olive oil, and you're getting the antioxidants. Great for your hair, skin, and nails. The olive oil is just amazing. So you're ingesting it. It fights constipation, if you ever have constipation. So I love this, and I was thinking of you, Christelle. So it fights constipation. Anyone that has cholesterol problems, it gets into your liver. So the reason why we do the lemon and olive oil is it's cleaning out your liver. All those methylation pathways, it's cleaning out your liver. And so when we clean out our liver, our hormones can process properly, and we feel better.
So it reduces
What?
cholesterol?
It normalizes cholesterol. So if you have high cholesterol, it'll normalize it.
How much olive oil?
Okay.
It's 1 teaspoon olive
One
oil
teaspoon.
and the juice of half a lemon. And we're going to do it for about 31 days, but if you want to do it longer, everything I've read about it, it doesn't hurt you, like it just enhances you.
So it's 1 teaspoon or tablespoon?
Teaspoon.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
not much at all.
That's not much at all, but I've been doing a little more, because you know me, I don't measure, so
So,
the more probably be better, but
lime or lemon doesn't matter?
probably lemon is better, but lime still has a lot of antioxidants in it. Lemon has a little bit better cleansing properties, but do you like lime better? Is that the reason why you're thinking lime?
No, I just never really knew the difference between the two. I thought it was
got
the
it.
same. I just thought one was bigger, one was smaller.
No. The lemons are much better for alkalizing your body and getting your pH levels to a normal level. They have better cleaning properties. Like if you have to clean anything, you can always put a little bit of lemon in it, natural cleaning products. So it cleanses out all your cells, and that's what we want. We want to get the toxins out of our bodies.
So I have a question about the lemon. So I've been reading a lot about, first thing in the morning, lemon, cucumber, lemon and water, lemon and warm water,
Yeah.
lemon. It's so acidy for your teeth and then on the backside of some things that I've read that it's saying, be very careful with so much lemon because it will, it eats the enamel of your teeth.
Use the straw.
So use the straw, or are you brushing your teeth right after?
You
or
can.
how do you?
But I wouldn't worry too much about it. There's a lot of phobia out there for baking soda and lemon when you're brushing your teeth because the toothpaste companies want to make money.
Yeah, baking soda.
Well, even baking soda, there's so much paraphernalia. I went to a holistic dentist 2 weeks ago, and he's like, use baking soda. So I started reading about it, and there is so much out there that says, don't use baking soda, you're gonna ruin the enamel in your teeth. But this holistic dentist, he tells this to all his patients. It can't be bad because he wouldn't be recommending it. He uses it, his teeth were just glowing. And I've actually seen my teeth, they're getting a little whiter, so, yeah, if you're concerned about it, drink it with a straw.
Okay.
But people drink lemonade in massive quantities. If you mix lemon with water, but this is just a shot every morning or right before you go to bed, and then you can brush your teeth and go to bed. I mean, and that's the other thing, brushing your teeth or oil pulling, getting the bacteria out of your mouth is probably one of the best things because all bacteria gets in your body from your mouth, mostly. Some of your other pores and everything. It also supports circulation. It lowers your blood pressure. So for Marjorie, and if you have aches and pains in your body, it totally improves joint health. But I think that's because it helps with your digestion, so your joint health gets better. So, you can,
1 teaspoon with half a lemon.
yeah, and I'll send this out. I'll pass this out because
Does it matter what kind of olive oil?
unrefined. But it's the olive oil you've been using, so it doesn't matter what brand, but unrefined.
It's like drinking dressing in the morning.
I know, yeah. Well, just try it.
Oh yeah, can you put it on? Can you, if you're eating
No,
vegetable,
because
it's
you're
gotta
supposed
be
to, it has to
pure.
be, and you want to do it before you've eaten anything.
Oh, okay.
Because you want it
can
to
say
get
that,
into your
yes.
liver.
Uh-huh.
So, sorry, you can't
Yeah.
put it on dressing.
So if you're doing
Yeah.
it in the morning, you have it before the celery juice?
Yeah, so I would drink it at night. Because the celery juice, you're supposed to, but, there's all these shoulds. The celery juice, you're supposed to get it in on an empty stomach first thing in the morning. But even if you just drink celery juice, it's going to do you good, right?
Right.
So listen to your body. Figure out what your body needs, because that's a lot more important, right? So good, awesome. So pass your plates up, and we'll get to the exercises. Thank you, my dear.
Can we turn down the AC?
Can you what?
Turn down the AC a little?
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll go turn it down.
I know that thing is right here.
Thank you.
Yeah, it totally has a mind of its own. The gremlins start going on. Anyway, so welcome back. So in every way, shape, or form, we're all plagued by some kind of fear. Like some of you have limited fears. You had a big one, you overcame it, so you feel like you don't have that many fears. And as Mita, you have a few fears. So
I have a lot of
yeah, and Christelle has a lot of fears. And maybe you're not being totally plagued by fear. Maybe there's just like fears are creeping in. But what fears do is they keep us stuck. And maybe you think there's something, because it's all about your ego. And in the 12-step programs that I do, they say your fear, it's doing push-ups while you sleep. It's crafting new ways, But the pangs, the anxieties that you wake up with, that's all fear. So it's about clearing those fear. But fear is actually a choice we make. We have a choice to be in fear, or we have a choice to be in happiness. The same way we choose anger, we can choose joy and love instead. Or the same way we choose fear, it's a choice. Mm-hmm. And our ego makes it. Because our ego doesn't want to move forward. Or our ego thinks it doesn't want, it wants to be safe, right? So fear is your choice to make. And good for you guys. Your fears are a lot less because you're not making those choices to be in fear. And you went through a huge trauma, Laura, so you learned to get over that fear. You did just the opposite. And of course, there's the element of fear, like, I don't want you putting your hand in a fire, just there's natural fears. But the fear I'm talking about is the one that's so layered deep, deep, deep in your body that you're feeling like it's plaguing you. And fears hide.
Yeah,
Fears
I total one.
Oh, you did? What can you tell us? Okay, you don't have to, right? So, I love to read the Course in Miracles. Has anybody heard of the Course in Miracles? And my favorite lesson from the Course in Miracles, what?
No, but you know me, I'll write it down.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's so good. But it's kind of, it's Greek. The book I would read more than the Course in Miracles is Gabrielle Bernstein's May Cause Miracles. She puts it in easy terms. It's a 40-day
Are you
process.
talking about the original one? Because Marianne Williamson also
She wrote We're right, Return to Love, but the original one, it's like written like the Bible. It's really hard to read. Mm. But my favorite lesson in it is, it says, laugh at the ego's tiny mad ideas. So we're going to first do this exercise, then we're going to do another one. We're going to learn to laugh at the ego's tiny mad ideas, because so much of this is not true. So I'd like you to write down anything everyone has paper. Did I give you paper? Write down anything you think that could be a fear. Just kind of get with you, just whatever could be a fear. It's our job to witness the insanity. Maybe you feel like your health challenge is going to get even worse. Maybe you feel like you'll never get thin. You'll never get out of these digestive problems. Or it could be a bigger fear that somebody isn't going to be nice to you, or you can't, if you go for that bigger job, you're not going to be promoted. Just whatever it is. You can write down a few too. Witness the insanity. the sets will go on.
It was on.
I thought so. I was just trying to turn it up. It's not
Maybe you
working.
turned it down.
Oh, maybe.
Sorry,
Oh.
I don't know that.
Alexa, play Jim Oliver.
Shuffling songs by
Now it's working. Okay, now you guys are done. Christelle, did you get your fears down on paper?
I did, yeah.
Great. So we're just going to close our eyes. Think of your fear, whatever you wrote down, whether you feel like there's a big one or a small one. Breathe into that fear. We have to stop running from our fears. We have to confront our fears and bring them to love. That'll give us the freedom to live.
When you say breathe into your fear, what
So
is it?
we're going to get into a place, but just think about your fear. Think about your fear. My son and I go through this. He's like, Mom, I can't breathe into an emotion. What are you talking about? But yeah, just breathe into the feeling of the fear as best you can, and don't feel like you have to do it perfectly. So the first step is to be willing to stop outrunning your fear, because that's what we do when we think we have no fears. We're just running or trying to plow through. And we have to witness the story of fear within us, even if it's a story that you're not aware of, because your ego keeps you from feeling fears. It keeps you stuck. It keeps you in your limiting beliefs, and it blocks the flow of life. My story was, if I'm not in control, if I'm not doing everything, and if I'm not working my ass off, I'll slow down too much. And in that slowness, I'll remember the traumas, I'll remember the abandonment, everything that I don't want to remember. So I want you to think about ways, even if you can't really think of a fear, that you might be running. How might you be running from your fear? You've written your fear inventory, and if you think of another fear, you don't need to open your eyes. This exercise works a lot better with your eyes closed because you've shut down one sense. All you have to do is just kind of add that to your mental list. Think about your wounds. What really hurts you? Let's get real. Take a moment. Is there a fear-based story in your past that's blocking you? Maybe it's something you might seem insignificant, but really it isn't. Just think about whatever it could be. What ways could this story affect your life today? And if there's nothing, don't tell yourself there's nothing. Just ask your inner guide. Breathe into your body and ask your inner guide to reveal what's keeping you stuck. Breathe in. Breathe in. Think if there's anything else you want to add to that list. Notice how fear stops you, or has stopped you in the past, from living a full and authentic life. How do you judge yourself? That can be a fear. Do you have special talents that you're not utilizing because you're judging yourself? How do you judge how you show up in the world? How can you bring your special talents to light? Take a moment when you think of this fear and the story and how it holds you back. Breathe into your body and notice where you hold it. Is it in your chest? Is it in your gut? Notice and describe where it's manifesting in your body. And if you don't know fear, if you can't feel one, just make it up. where would that fear live? Breathe in. Know that your shadows make you whole. When we can reveal your shadows, that's when we can live a full and authentic life. Get grateful for these situations. Because if we weren't grateful, we couldn't heal. Thank them. Even if it's a fear in the past, thank that fear for being in your life. Just say thank you. Our wounds are our wisdom. And if we keep running from our fears, they'll keep showing up in all kinds of ways. In illnesses, disease, obesity, underweight. They show up. So repeat out loud. Repeat this after me. Inner guide.
Inner guide.
Inner guide.
I surrender to this fear.
I surrender
I
to
surrender
this
to
fear.
this fear.
I surrender this fear to you.
I
I
surrender
surrender
this fear
this
to
fear to
you.
you.
Thank you for helping me recognize this limiting belief
Thank you for
Thank you
helping
for
me
helping me
recognize this limiting belief
and restore it back to love.
and restore
And
it
restore
back to
it
love.
back to love.
Look at the wound. Breathe into it. With the statement you just made, we're offering up. We're surrendering. Breathe in. We're letting go of the rope. We stop trying to control everything. Say, inner guide,
Inner guide,
take this from me.
take this
Take
from
this
me.
from me.
Inner guide,
Inner guide,
Inner guide.
reorganize this for me.
reorganize
Reorganize
this
this
for
for
me.
me.
Help me see this differently.
Help me see
Help me
this
see this
differently.
differently.
Now we're going to do a meditation where we can go deeper into the feeling underneath the fear, because there's always a feeling underneath the fear. The fear is the mask. The goal of this meditation is to go into another layer, into a deeper level. So keep breathing. Breathe in your central channel. You know, often we think I'm doing. I'm people praising, I'm accomplishing, I'm busy. It's time to ask yourself, what could you be running from? What could you be avoiding? Just breathe into it. Tap into the energy field. Feel that fear. And if there isn't one, if you still haven't thought of one in your body, just get real with it. Breathe in and imagine that there's a fear. Ask yourself in your tissues. Say, what's up? What is my fear? If you're unsure, or just ask the fear, what's up? Make friends with the fear. How are you? What are you? Who are you? And then really ask this question, it's big. What do we need to expose? And sit with that thought. What do we need to expose? Breathe in and ask, what do I need to allow to come forth? But let your inner guide do it. What do I need to allow you to come forth? And dig deep in your body. Ask your inner guide. Some things may have come forth that you haven't even have thought of. Don't worry, it's a sacred space. Just keep breathing into that. Take a deep breath in. Think about what you wrote down. Breathe in. Is there a simple illness, sensation in your body, an ache or pain, a problem that you haven't been able to get rid of? Energy in your chest. Breathe into wherever that space is and ask, what's up? Honor your breathing, long, slow, and deep. Breathe into that central channel. Honor the story. Honor any pain or sadness, any discomfort. Being in this experience of what's up. Notice what's coming up for you. Observe any sensations in your body, any emotions. Let them intensify. If you're feeling where those are, place your hand wherever you're feeling those feelings. And with every inhale, breathe deeper and deeper into the space and honor that feeling. There doesn't have to be a fear you're aware of. You can clear it just by doing this exercise. On the inhale, let it go. Continue breathing, feeling and honoring, exposing, and on the inhale, let it go. Allow yourself to go deeper if you feel safe enough to go there. The wound is the place where light enters you. Let light come into wherever you're holding. Breathe in. Honor your experience. Thank your experience. Let yourself get honest. Breathe into the feeling. And on your exhale, let that feeling go a little more. Emotions could be coming up. Just breathe into them. This is a safe space. This is your chance to stop running. You don't need to run, not in this room. You are safe. Honor the little girl, the adult woman who's wounded. Honor them now. That little girl, think back to when you were a little girl, the hurts, the sorrows. Grab your little girl's hand, hold them. If you had a great childhood and you don't feel like you had any fears as a little girl, go a little older and hold that girl's hand. Be in the reunion, the reuniting. Reunite the parts of your soul that have detached, the parts that left when you chose fear, when you ran. Breathe deep. Allow yourself to self-soothe with your breath. You are safe. You are safe. Breathe into that space in your body. Exhale and let it go. Breathe in and release. Take a deep breath, and on the exhale, let it go. Hold your hand of that little girl that you let go so long ago. Go deeper, deeper, and allow on every inhale, breathe in. On every exhale, release more. Move into the place of relief, a place of just letting it go. Deep breath in and release. Deep breath in and release. Deep breath in and release. Soothe yourself with your breath. Every inhale, deepen that breath. Deepen with an inhale and release. Breathe in long and deep. Rub your palms together. Rub them vigorously. Wrap your arms around yourself. Hug yourself. Congratulate yourself. Thank yourself for doing such a good job. Tell yourself that you're loved. Feel it in the core of you. Feel that you're protected. Ground yourself with your breath. Feel the back of the chair. Ground yourself. Squeeze your arms a little bit more tightly. Love yourself a little bit more. Come back into your body. Notice the places you don't want to reveal the light. Is there anything you miss or go over? Do a scan of your body. Is there anything that you skip over? Step into that place and allow light to go into that place. See yourself holding the hand of that little person that you left, that you checked out with. Tell the little girl that you won't let go. You're there to take care of her. You've been reconnected. Honor that sacred part of you. Notice how fear is like a shadow. You can't push it away. Feel light in that place in your body. Shine light on it. Take long, deep breaths with your eyes closed. Release that breath. Hug yourself one more time. Give yourself a lot of love. Love, love, love. And now repeat this back to yourself. Say, I am safe.
I am safe.
I am surrounded by love.
I am surrounded by love.
Nothing can harm me.
Nothing can harm me.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
I am well.
I am
I am
well.
well.
The places we don't want to reveal, that's the light we need to walk into. So notice in your body where you skip over or where that fear lives. Take a deep breath in and release. Say, I'm not my story.
I am not my
Stand on
story.
my story.
Say, I am safe.
I am
I am
safe.
safe.
I am well.
I am
I am
well.
well.
Breathe in. You have to embody this. You can't just do this with the affirmations. And I want you, when you're ready, to open your eyes, and we're going to come into your freedom from fear statement. So I want you to write, as soon as you come back, we're going to release our fears. I want you to write, releasing fear gives me the freedom to. Releasing fear gives me the freedom to, and fill in the blank. Releasing fear gives me the freedom to do what? Mine was to live fully and completely, to be more intimately connected. This is what I had written. To be a better teacher. So what does releasing fear mean to you? Let's get into what you have overcome. What are you overcoming by releasing your fear? Notice. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Releasing fear gives me the freedom to do what? Breathe into that. Bring yourself back. This is your mantra. Releasing fear gives me the freedom to. Does anyone want to share theirs?
I'll share.
Yeah.
Releasing fear gives me the freedom to grow, love better and deeper, and move forward.
Grow, love better, and move forward. I love it.
Love better and deeper.
Oh, and deeper,
Mhm.
yes. So did a fear come up for you when you were there?
No, again, I didn't have a fear, but, feelings of, the relationship I had with my mother came up. So I was trying to release the old feelings that I used to have, which I have been able to do in my older life, but that's where I kind of went.
I like it because those fears are still there. I mean, with your mom and all that, and it's at a lesser degree, but every time you do this, so what I suggest is you say to yourself, I'm willing to release, the fears. I'm willing to witness the fears.
Yeah.
Go into your inner guide, because so often we block those out.
Mm-hmm.
And then also bring yourself to another place where you say your freedom statement. You say that a lot.
Yeah.
And it can change things.
Yeah.
So we're going to wrap it up, and then we're going to go into the second piece of the challenge I want you guys to do. So close your eyes again. You're doing great. Keep your eyes closed. and think of your fear story, whatever it is. Describe where it's manifesting in your body. Again, feel that place. Feel it. Feel it. Breathe into it. Hold that place in your body where you're feeling it. Feel it. Feel it. Feel it. Hold the place in your body where you're feeling it. Bring yourself back there. Feel the fear. Deepen the feeling. Go deeper. This is the safest space that you can be in. Go deeper. Feel it in your body. Open up even more. Deepen the feeling. Get present to the discomfort. What does this fear look like? Give it a color. Give it a name. Give it a voice. Where does it live? Where did it come from? Breathe into it. Clarify the fear. Wrap it up. Feel it, feel it, feel it. Keeping your eyes closed, take your hands and put them on your heart. Take one more deep breath into that feeling of fear, whatever it is. Hold it, 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 breathing into it. And on the exhale, cannonball breath through your mouth. Take one more deep breath. Hold it, squeeze it tight, feel it, feel it, feel it. Cannonball breath. Keeping your eyes closed, rub your hands together. Breathe in. Cannonball breath. Keeping your eyes closed, say inner guide.
Inner guide.
I surrender this fear to you.
I surrender this fear to you.
Thank you for helping me reorganize this limiting belief.
Thank you for reorganizing this belief.
I restore it back to love.
I restore it back to love.
I surrender.
I surrender.
So hold the vision of the fear in your mind, in your heart, and see a golden ball of light in your heart. Watch that fear dissipate. See it dissolve. Ask that this vision be recycled and reorganized. Ask that the fear be transformed. Transformed to golden light. And say, thank you, inner guide, for taking this fear and restoring me back to love. Deep breath in. And when you're ready, hug yourself again. And come back into the room. Bring yourself back. So this may have been intense, it may not have. I did a short little meditation, I have it, with the same fear exercise. And it's just something to do on a regular basis to get yourself out. But the biggest piece is saying I'm willing to witness my fears. Because they'll start coming. Your inner guide will start telling you what they are. And it can be a little scary, but the more you witness them, the more you're aware of them, the more they come into the light, and you can release them, and you heal. You heal. It's just pretty amazing how well that when you get the fears out of your body, the fears keep us stuck. Did anyone have an experience that you'd like to recap or share? Or you feel a little wrung out, or was it good? Was it?
No, it was good. I just kept yawning the whole time, and I felt chills going through.
Ooh.
And I feel really around my heart and chest area.
Beautiful. So I have a good friend, her name is Andrea Willoughby, and she does BEST therapy, the stuff that Sue Morter talks about, to help clear emotions and heal wounds and traumas. And it's funny, when she works on you, she yawns. She says that's a release. You're getting it out. And the chills, all that is that you're just getting that stuff out. Like I said, you can do this without even knowing what some of the fears are. I'm curious, Laura, because you had the least fear.
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel anything in your body?
I hold anxiety and fear in maybe in my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel it there, or maybe in my shoulders, but yeah, it was, I think it's more, I think I'm labeling mine as more anxiety than fear.
Got it. Anxiety is fear.
Yeah, because I'm not like, oh my God, right? Like, oh, I'm scared.
Right.
I'm like, ugh, I don't need that. So that's kind of more my anxiety than a fear.
Got it.
And, I'll go back again. It's, my mom and I didn't have the best relationship when I was growing up. And so I went, and I was very anxious because of that. But, I let that stuff.
It's so awesome that you let it go. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't have time for that.
Yeah. Well, and it still lives with us. So
Yeah, it's
in a
still-
lesser degree.
Yeah.
So, just ask your body, I'm willing to witness my fear, and see what comes up every now and then. And this may not be the exercise for you,
Yeah.
but sometimes it just helps us grow, love more.
Yeah, so you did say at one point that when we were repeating your words that you had said, this is not my story, or something like that.
Oh, it was telling my story. Maybe.
But I don't remember exactly the little quote, but I do feel that I am my story.
Oh, got it.
Because I wouldn't be here, and we've had this discussion before, I would not be where I am today with my type of attitude and belief and everything if everything wasn't in my Louis Vuitton bag.
Right. Well, and I believe that, and I say it a little differently.
Yeah.
I say if I had had a beaver cleaver life,
Yeah.
where everything was smooth as silk, I wouldn't be the person I am today. So I'm so great. So I guess too, just being grateful for. So that brings me thank you for the lead-in.
Yeah.
Brings me to the next. So your first challenge is to do the lemon and olive oil every morning or every night, but just make sure it's within. If you're doing it at night, in the morning you just have to wait 15 minutes to a half hour to do the lemon and olive oil. If you're doing it at night, do it 2 hours before you go to bed. I mean, don't eat and do it right before you go to bed, because you really want to clean out your liver.
Yeah.
So all of you, do you believe what we think creates your future? Christelle, do you believe what we think creates your future?
Absolutely.
Got it. So good, we're in a good place. So, what's your first thing you do in the morning? Like, do you pick up your phone? Do you check email? Do you, what's your morning routine? Like, first thing. Or do you, like, pray and meditate, or?
I resist waking up.
You resist waking up. Oh, this will be good for you then, because you could do a little exercise instead.
I tried the one that you told, I think it was 2-3 sessions ago.
Oh, to be an amazingly awesome day.
Yeah.
Is that it? Mm-hmm.
I tried it.
It didn't work for you? Okay, this one's juicier. So your body's going to resist doing this exercise. It's going to want to do everything else, right? So what I want you to do is talk to your ego and say, no. This is my time. Give me 3 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. Whatever it is. And I want you to get in the feeling of your ideal body and your ideal life. That we've talked a lot about it. Every single morning, I want you to start your day with your ideal body and your ideal life, but not just that image. Like whatever that is, and maybe you're really close to it. Some of us are really close to it. And as you do this exercise, every day you're going to start feeling something even better. something even bigger. And things are going to come up for you that you want to create for yourself because you're co-creating. I call it with universe, what you really want for your life. And it's really good to do after the fear exercise because you're really there. So just think about that for a minute. Close your eyes and think of your ideal body, your ideal life. Pretend you're like cozy in bed and you wake up. Sit with that ideal body and ideal life and imagine the feeling that you want to be in. And then get that feeling in your body. Think of 2 thoughts that you might say to yourself all throughout the day that stop you from being in that feeling. Maybe I can't, it's too hard, whatever those thoughts are, or maybe it's something else. Just notice how unconscious you are to what you say to yourself. If you blame, complain, where do you get stuck in your day that makes your energy drop? So the first thing I want you to do is get in the feeling of your ideal body, your ideal life, first thing in the morning. You're going to get this in the recap and actually read the recap. That would be a good thing. You're going to get this in the recap, but ideal body, ideal life, but get in the feeling of your ideal body, your ideal life, first thing before you get out of bed. Once you get out of bed, all day long, I want you to carry a little notebook with you. And notice when your energy is draining. And notice the thoughts that came up before that, what kept you stuck. And maybe you write that little thought in your notebook. And then the last piece of this homework assignment is really easy. And I may do a little, I might do a little video on this because it's really, really important and we're running out of time and there's a lot more I was going to tell you. But the last thing I want you to do before you go to bed, for 5 to 10 minutes, I want you, we do 3 gratitude things. I text 3 gratitudes. I want you to get into the feeling of why you're grateful for your life, everything you have in it now, not future. Before you go to bed at night, spend 5 minutes getting in your the feeling of gratitude for everything you have now. So morning is ideal body, ideal life. Throughout the day, you're writing things down, you're noticing where you get stuck, where you get clogged, and you write them in your book. And then you'll bring those thoughts with you to the next meeting, and we'll talk about them. And then at night, I want you to notice and sit in your gratitude for everything you have now for about 5 minutes. After about 7 days of doing this consistently, and I mean consistently, you're going to start noticing synchronicities, coincidences. Things are going to start coming in your life. I know a lot of us manifest, but this is powerful stuff. So try it on, and if things appear, write them in GroupMe.
Yeah.
Let us know what's happening.
I do the evening one.
You do?
Sure. Oh yeah.
For 5 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And
What happens for you when you do it?
Well, I've been doing that for many years.
Okay.
So it just, it makes me feel better. It makes me sleep better, I guess. But I've been doing, and in the morning, I don't think what my ideal body could be or what my ideal life can be. But, I set the tone for the day, where I just say, it's going to be a good day no matter what,
Beautiful.
Just kind of, in that kind
I
of.
love it. I say it's an amazingly awesome day. And I breathe back and forth and I get into love with myself.
Yeah, and I'm just thankful for where I am and what I have.
So what I might suggest, I invite you to do, and add something to that.
Mm-hmm.
Think of the thyroid issue that you have and see it healed.
Yeah.
Maybe you do that.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Or just picture your thyroid. And the lemon and olive oil, it starts to heal your adrenals.
Mm-hmm.
And so when your adrenals are healed, your thyroid heals.
Yeah.
So it's just another thing to uplift you.
Yeah.
Any questions for tonight?
Mm-mm.
This was intense, so take good care of yourself. It's an intense exercise. Did anything come up for you that you'd like to share before we close, or for you, Christelle?
I don't know, I'm pretty clear about my fears. I know I have them.
Yeah.
I don't know how to address them or.
So, like what we did tonight, I have a mini meditation. You breathe into your body when your fears come up, you hold them, and you see them dissipating. See that ball of light?
I can't visualize stuff.
Oh,
like
okay.
that. I can't. I visualize giving the feeling a motion or.
And some of us aren't, we don't see it. So if
Yeah.
you can't visualize it, just keep breathing into that space. Notice where you're holding it.
Mm-hmm.
Breathe into that space. Just breathe into that space. Breathe into that space. Okay, during the day, if you feel a fear, witnessing your fear is part of the battle. Knowledge is power. So the more you can witness it, the better it gets. And there's a great book, it's called May Cause Miracles by Gabrielle Bernstein. It's 40 days of witnessing, but I actually modified it for one of my clients and typed it all up. So if you ever want that series and you're willing to go through it for 40 days, it's so powerful. But it takes consistency. So for now, I recommend just noticing where it is in your body, holding it and breathing into it. And that's just do that much. And see what happens. But also doing the gratitude and
I get that. That's more
yeah.
important.
It's baby steps, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do the gratitude at night and just kind of breathe in, and you can tell yourself it's going to be an amazingly awesome day no matter what. No matter what. Exactly. So thank you, lovely ladies. I love having you here. Yeah.
Thank you.
And if you have any suggestions, we have curriculum, and I promised Marjorie I would add a whole lot of stuff, so we're repeating a lot of things. I'm always open, and if you have any friends that might want to join any of our new programs, send them my way, because it'd be fun to have you. Bye, Christelle. Have a great night. Bye. We meet in 2 weeks, I think. You guys all have the calendar. Bye. Thank you. Does anyone want to? I'll get you.
You have to turn your thing off.
Oh, that's right. Perfect. Thank you. See, I'm not used to it. I have an assistant that does that.